shout out to Portland Andy for being out there. This is great. I'm sorry I just went live right now, y'all. I've been on live. The ice just came out. They just now came out.
Guys, thank you for your service.
I don't understand this. This is so stupid. Why? What's the point? What's the point? It's okay.
I just want to know. Oh, that basketball under there. That's crazy, dog.
Say this is boring since they started arresting people and Antifa got afraid. Rightly so. Buenos noches. Yeah, they still on bro. It's crazy. So stupid. Like why what are you really protesting? Like what's the point? Portland looks for a reason to protest. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Portland Andy, everybody. If you ain't following his page, you should be. My man's be really out there putting in the work, man. So shout out to Portland Andy. He makes it possible for all of us to restream. So Portland Andy, thank you, bro. More. What's the point? Yeah, I know it is boring. Like you said, since they started arresting all the Antifa members. You know.
It's crazy, don't you think if we were any more violent protesters, we would have already stormed you like you stormed us? Did you not think? Oh, you don't think.
There it is. Where's the purple hair? One for some purple hair. It's the same subjects all the time, man. Can you hear me better now? I'll turn it down. What's up, Binary? Can y'all hear me better now? I'll turn it down. Can y'all hear me? How's that? That better?
Oh, snap.
Hey, Judy. They're out there screaming like morons, right? And it's just like, why? What are you protesting? I'm curious, like for real, if I got anybody that agrees with this out there right now, why are you protesting? What's the point? This is ridiculous. I honest to God, I don't understand it. What's the point? Why are they even out there? All right, so yeah, they're idiots. Hate to say it, but it's true. Like these people, They a little off, okay? They're out there protesting. They ain't doing nothing. Well, now they not doing nothing. I guess since they started laying the smackdown on all the Antifa members, yeah, they don't want no smoke, none. So you heard what she was saying. We're peaceful protesters, which is good. That's good that they're being peaceful. We're peaceful protesters. You see, we not rushing y'all like y'all rushing us. They not rushing you. They telling you to get out the street so they can pull out. You don't know what it is to be rushed. I got rushed. January 6th was rushed. You know what I'm saying? This, nothing. So this guy comes up to the brother that's filming, and he's wearing a We Are Charlie Kirk or I Love Charlie Kirk shirt. And the guy comes up to him before I put on the live, and he's like, yo, man, for real, bro, God bless Charlie Kirk, man. I mean that. I mean that. I love Charlie Kirk. I was shocked, but he said it. Yeah. I thought something might have popped off. That's why I came live. I'm like, oh, we gotta share this. But ain't nothing popping off. Just a bunch of loudmouths. That's it. Said even idiots are smarter than these protesters. Yeah, well, you know, since Trump got in office. Oh, by the way, I want to share something with you guys. I've got to. Turn this back down real quick before I do, so I don't blow my eardrums out. Trump did a thing. Trump did a thing. You guys might have heard already, but still, I feel like it's worth the share. So let's go ahead and share this tab instead. And let's listen to what our president has to say with his address to the nation.
I want to thank the countries that helped me put this together. Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, and so many others. So many people fought so hard. This is a big day. We'll see how it all turns out. We have to get the final word down in concrete. Very importantly, I look forward to having the hostages come home to their parents and having some of the hostages, unfortunately, you know the condition they're in, come home likewise to their parents because their parents wanted them just as much as though that young man or young woman were alive. So I just want to let you know that this is a very special day, maybe unprecedented in many ways. It is unprecedented, but thank you all, and thank you all to those great countries that helped. We were given a tremendous amount of help. Everybody was unified in wanting this war to end and seeing peace in the Middle East, and we're very close to achieving that. Thank you all, and everybody will be treated fairly.
You guys heard it straight from the president's mouth, man. He's working on peace in the Middle East. Now, if I recall correctly, I believe it was Hillary Clinton that said, when they were talking about giving Trump the Nobel Peace Prize, that she would agree that he should get the Nobel Peace Prize if he got peace in the Middle East. So let's just see if this deal actually holds up. I'm hoping that it does. You know what I'm saying? Yo, thanks for resharing the stream, Griff Down. Appreciate you, bro. That's amazing, you know, because this war has gone on way too long, man. Way too long. Whether you agree with it, you disagree with it, we can all agree that it needs to stop, right? It just needs to stop. So this will be great. This will be a great thing, man. Shout out to President Trump. Straight up. Shout out to President Trump. Yo, you never cease to amaze me, man. Not gonna lie. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I came home because of you. So, you know, through the power of God, you know, you were like a tool that he used. Was like, yo, handle that. So I appreciate you, Mr. President. Lay you to death. Good job. So what else we got? Let's see what else we got on the agenda, because I ain't gonna lie, that stream is boring, you guys. It ain't. It's not what I thought it was gonna be. This right here, yeah, I need to show you guys this right here. Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. Check this out. You see this? We all remember this day, right? We all remember this day. This was the day that all the Democrats came together in their mask our COVID era, when the Summer of Love was happening, actually, in Portland. And they came together and they took a knee in solidarity because of what happened to George Floyd, and to let black people know that you'll always be slaves to us, as they wear their African shawl that is literally used by a slaver tribe. That happened. That happened. That was a beautiful sentiment. Beautiful. All right. But don't condemn anybody that got something bad to say about, Charlie Kirk. Matter of fact, there's some of those people that you see in that picture right there are some of the people that said bad things about Charlie Kirk, or was just very insensitive to the notion that anybody should feel bad. Do I need to say that? Like, you see the thing there? You see? Rest in peace to George Floyd, by the way. This isn't a shot at George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that George Floyd and Charlie Kirk, two different people. Very different people. But as you see, they took a knee. They took a knee for one. And they got a problem with, posters being up inside of Congress while they're actually, taking a knee. They got a problem with flyers and posters being up memorializing Charlie Kirk like a day or two after he passed away. I want everybody to remember that. All right? I want everybody to remember that. So when we talk about the evil that we got in this country, yeah, a lot of it is right there in that picture. We want to make that clear. Felt like it needed to be said. Who better to say it? What else we got? Oh, this. Yeah, I want to talk about this. So I seen this clip, right? I was like, let me check it out. Let me see what Megan's talking about.
I know what Hamas does, trust me, and I've been covering it. But that doesn't mean that the devastation and destruction can go on forever. Israel's now taken out Hezbollah. It's decimated Hamas. It had a war with Iran that we almost got dragged into, in more full flower. It's time to wrap it up in this American's view. I am entitled to that opinion.
Fair,
and I will not be shamed out of it by being called an anti-Semite. Now, as for my decision to platform Tucker, too bad, too fucking bad. I love him. We're friends. I don't think he's an anti-Semite at all, but I don't really care. I think Tucker's a very important, valuable voice in the national conversation. I'm thrilled.
Candace, I think Candace is
so I don't know. Yeah.
They just asked her about Candace. She said she's cool with Tucker. She don't care. That's my friend. That's my BFF. I feel that. I can't even be mad at Megan for that. And actually, everything she said was factual. Like, I agree. The war going on too long, needs to stop. I agree with Megan. But here, they asked her about Candace.
I don't really know her that well. Although I will tell you, we recently had a very nice exchange before all this.
Made that distinction. We had a really nice exchange before all of this, right? Check this out.
Mm-hmm. And I was just reminded in my own head that Candace is a young mom.
You see what she just did right there? Run it back. Run it back. Yo, this is brilliant right here. Watch this.
Before all this.
Mm-hmm. Before all this.
And I was just reminded in my own head that Candace is a young mom of like 3 young kids. She's under a lot of pressure. She's got a big show. She's been under attack since she came onto the public airwaves, and she's been under attack constantly. And it's my.
In other words, she's saying, "Oh, girl's tripping, and she's crazy." Yo, in other words, Megyn Kelly just said, "Look, I don't know her. Okay, I talked to her, before all this stuff. I talked to her. Really good conversation. I just remind myself, because she's crazy, right? So I just remind myself that she's under a lot of pressure. She's a mom of 3 young kids. She's always been in basically, she's crazy. That's what Megan just said without saying it. You know what I'm saying? That was great. Am I tripping? I feel like
prerogative.
That's what she said.
If I say to myself, that is not someone I wish to attack. I do.
There it is. That is somebody that I do not wish to attack. Right? I don't feel like it's my prerogative to be. That should not be somebody. Why would you attack her? She's admitting Candace is tripping. But I ain't going to attack her for it because she's under a lot of pressure. That's what she just said. And I just thought that was so beautiful. I wanted to share that with everybody because everybody be like, what about Megyn Kelly? What about Megyn Kelly? Well, here, Megyn Kelly just laid it out right there. So I ain't going to attack her because she's under a lot of pressure. And I had a conversation with her before all of this. And she's got 3 small children. And I know she's crazy and out of her mind. But, It's not my job to attack her. That's what she said.
Not feel that way. But I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And
I don't
felt
wanna
this way.
do it.
And now that people have made my attacking her the stakes of my relationship with whatever person is saying this, I'm going to have to say goodbye to that person.
That's her saying goodbye to the people that are telling her that they need to speak out, that she needs to speak out against Candace. And she's saying, look, we just ain't got to be friends then, because I'm not going to attack this. I know she's being crazy, but I'm not going to attack her, okay? Because she's got 3 small children. I had a conversation with her before all of this, and she's going through it. She's going through it. It's not my job to attack. Oh my God. I don't know why I found that so funny. That really had me laughing, because it's like, that was her nice way of saying, look, I know she's wild and I know she's crazy, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with me. This right here though, speaking of Tucker, I need to go ahead and let this bad boy ring out right quick, because Tucker switched up a lot over the years, man. And it's crazy to see. Well, not even over the years, over a year, Tucker has flopped on some things. And I wonder why, So the first clip is from February 28th, 2024. The second clip that you're going to hear is from May 1st, 2025, a year later. And then the last one over here on the far left of your screen is October 2nd, 2025. So let's listen.
I think U.S. aid, military aid to Israel, and the implied security guarantees, some explicit, but many implied security guarantees of the United States to Israel, probably haven't helped Israel that much long term. It's a rich country with a highly capable population. Like every other country, it's probably best if it makes its decisions based on what it can do by itself. Israel cannot exist without being propped up by the United States.
What? You literally just said that they can make it and thrive, that they don't really need anything from the United States. What changed, Tucker? Over that 13 months, what changed?
Its nuclear program came from the United States. Its weapons come from the United States. Its economy is supported by the United States. That country couldn't exist not for a week, without U.S. backing.
That is so strange, isn't it? You just gotta just ask the question. What made you switch so hard? Couldn't have been a new discovery. See, this is my thing, right? Here's my thing with Tucker. I knew when I was in prison, right? We was watching Tucker, and we was all hyped up watching Tucker, because like Tucker's telling it how it is, and he's got our backs for January 6ers and all this stuff. And he believes the same thing that we believe about the election. We all believe this. Every January 6th, I'll tell you this, right? But then it came out, the text messages, Tucker's private text messages, where he's saying he don't believe nothing. He don't believe none of it. He just says it. He just say it. It's his job. You just got to say it, So then he leaves Fox. And then this is the Tucker that we have now. So I stopped trusting Tucker back then. Did he have some good takes afterwards? Sure. But you don't know if he truly believes it. Just like, to me, you shot your credibility, because you said one thing on the air, right? You said one thing on the air, and then flip-flop in your text messages. You're like, oh, I don't believe anything that I'm reporting. I don't believe any of the things that I'm saying on my show. Oh, no. I can't trust you now, Tucker. That's just my personal opinion. I can't trust you now. Same thing how I feel with Candace. I can't trust nothing. I never trusted what Candace was saying, though. Did she have some good takes? Yeah. Her delivery, trash. She speaks like she's very smart. She sounds a lot smarter than me, right? But I don't think that's the case. I think that Candace is, got some things going on up top. And I'm praying that she gets them together. Tucker, this is the thing I want to say to people like Tucker and Candace, right? I think that you guys could be great. 2 things got to happen, though. I mean, great for the right reasons, not for being, Israel haters, right? I think that you guys could be great and really effective for the kingdom, right? If if, number one, stop hating anybody for where they live or their ethnicity or their religion, whatever you want to call it. And number two, just follow the principles that's in the Bible, bro. It's really that simple. Don't lie to get views. Don't lie to get clicks and likes. Just keep it a buck. Keep it real. Keep it straight journalism. Say what you really feel, you know? And then let people know if it's something that you feel or if it's something that you know. And make sure you make that distinction. This is what I believe and this is what I feel versus this is what I know. That's all. I feel like that's pretty fair because you know, especially when we talk about Candace, you don't really know nothing, you know? You're just speculating. And we know that because the reports haven't all the way came out yet about the things that she's talking about. And then with Tucker, they done flat out came out. And Alex Jones, I gotta say something about Alex Jones because Alex Jones is another one. He came out talking about, hold on, let me pull it up. He came out talking about Tucker heard that, you know, the Pentagon was being pressured by Israel and they tried to do a coup and all this crazy stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, they already done called, they done called you out as a liar, bro, for that. That was, you're lying, Tucker. I don't know where you're getting your information from, brother, but it's being reported wrong because the Pentagon came out and said, what? Psst. Trick, please. Trick, please. Come on, man. You think Israel can't pressure America to do nothing. And then the thing that gets me, Tucker, is that you'll come out and say that, but then simultaneously say that Israel wouldn't survive without us. So if Israel wouldn't survive without us, and that's true, well, then why would Israel jeopardize that by trying to stage a coup on the American military? Do you really think that Trump would be cool with that? Do you really, I mean, honestly, do you really think that not even just Trump, do you think that the American people will go for, do you think that all the Republicans and all the Democrats would be cool with that? Do you really think that the American military would be cool with that? So you can't have it both ways, dog. You can't have it as they're trying to stage a coup in America and they would never make it without us. They get all of their weapons. They get all of their funding. They get all of everything, all of their aid. It all comes from America. Why would they jeopardize that then, Tucker? And this is, again, me using simple logic. Me using simple logic. And to answer your question, say there's nothing wrong with asking questions. I don't believe, let me pull it up so everybody can see it. Say there's nothing wrong with asking questions. I don't believe in any government. 100%, me as a person. That's that. Yes, they have evidence on the guy, but we have been lied to so much. So what if? Well, that's the thing. You assume that you're being lied to. You assume that you're being lied to. Binary cosine said exactly that's what I'm saying. But here's the thing, y'all. You don't know if you're being lied to. You don't know. You just know what your favorite influencer's telling you. That's all. Because what the FBI says checks out, especially with the investigation that's going on with all the social media influencers, like the video that I showed earlier. Literally proves the dude guilty. Well, not proves, but supports that he is guilty. Everything checks out. When you really start investigating, it's like you guys got me doing. Like I'm going down rabbit holes for y'all, right? Because I want to challenge myself. I really want to see if Israel got something to do with this, if BB got something to do with this, if Turning Point got something to do with this, if there's something extra going on, because it's interesting, right? But that's just not the case. Not that I found anyway, unless I turn my brain off and just trust every single thing that Tucker Carlson says and that Candace Owens says and that these other influencers say. If I do that, then yeah, that's very, of course, there's an extra person now. There's a woman. Now there's a woman. Yeah. Yep. Now there's a woman. Also, he wasn't on the roof. It was actually a shooter that was coming up from the ground. That's possible. That was, yeah, that was it. And then it was the guy, the rich guy that had the private jet that did a flight. He flew off after the shooting happened. There's that. Yeah. All that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what else? What else was it? Aliens. Yep. Aliens actually had a play in it. They were in space. They were literally, and they seen it. They caught the flash. It was a beam. It was actually a dew weapon. It was a direct energy weapon. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's another one. The mic exploded. That one. Come on. The mic exploded. That's what we're going to go with. What? And I'm not a specialist, right? But I'm pretty sure that there's not any munitions that could do that from a microphone. That was just crazy. No, Cash, it's not what they're telling us. We can't believe anything that they're telling us. I disagree. I think that might have been the case before, but Cash Patel's been pretty straightforward, man. Cash Patel, he's been on it. You know what I'm saying? We just don't want to hear it. And what did it for him was the whole Epstein thing. But I read between the lines of what he was saying. I read between the lines. He said, I can't give you what I don't have, is what he was saying. I've given you everything pertaining to the Epstein files that I have. That's what he said. Read between the lines. That means maybe there might have been more, but he ain't got it. Because he came into something that was already going for some years. But because of that, a lot of people shot his credibility. No, bro, I can't even put that comment up there. KMC. No. No, man. Oh, okay. You're agreeing with me. Okay. I get what you're saying. I got you. All right. Come to Portland. Trump, a war. Time Prez on the front lines, trenches. I can't. I'm on federal probation. Yeah, I've never been to Portland, and honestly, I don't even want to go. The thing that did it for me was I seen a video where this guy, he was in Portland, and it was the Rainbow Crosswalk, and then he was like, "Don't cross it, bro, don't cross it." And he's like, "Man, I need to cross the street. I'm crossing it." He was like, "Bro, I'm telling you, don't cross it." So then he was like, "Why you don't want me to cross it?" He said, "Bro, just trust me, don't cross it." So then he's like, "Man, I'm crossing it." And he gets to going, and he starts switching and swinging, doing all this, and he started talking all funny. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I ain't trying to be out there in Portland, man, And I just thought that was hilarious. And I also feel like everyone's jumping on a bandwagon about Candace. I don't necessarily believe anything she's saying. I don't believe in the Jewish government. Does that mean no, that's not what that means. But you're not saying what she said. That's the thing. Everybody keeps on talking about this thing with Candace and not realize, bro, you can't argue what she said. You can't. It's on video. The things that she says about Israel, okay? Now, you know me, right? I go down the conspiracy rabbit holes, and I talk about Talmudist. That's making a distinction. It'll be the same way. Instead of talking about white people, talk about the Klan, because the Klan does not represent all the white people, right? That's a sect of white people. That is the Klan. And you know who I'm talking about when I say the Klan. Not talking about all white folks. So when you say Israel, when you say Jewish, you're talking about all, like she did, like Kanye did. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about all. Me, just like with the Klan, I talk about the Talmudist. In my opinion, from everything that I've studied so far, learned so far, the Talmudists are the ones that are, the ones. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Klan with white people, Talmudist with the Jewish people. But she doesn't make a distinction. And that's what's dangerous and hateful and nasty. And, maybe I can't even say that she doesn't learn. I can't give her an out. And the reason I can't give her an out is because she says she studies so much. If you study, because I study a lot, which is what brought me out of that. I used to be like her. I used to be like Kanye. I used to talk about the small hats. I did. I had a couple videos talking about the small hats, right? And after studying, because somebody that was Jewish hit me up and was like, "Bro, I don't believe like that. And I'm practicing Jew." I'm like, "What? You don't believe that, huh? He's like, bro, I don't, there's parts of Judaism that don't mess around with the Talmud, right? I say, really? I did not know that. So then I went down a rabbit hole and figured out the 3 different sects that I know of Judaism. And yeah, he was right. So I'm like, oh, okay, now I come off as anti-Semitic then when I talk about all the Jews or I talk about Israel. That is pretty. Now, to be fair, I don't think that anybody should be labeled as an anti-Semite for critiquing Israel on their, war strategies or anybody should be able to critique any nation. Doesn't matter. You're not an anti-Semite if you do that. But Candace flat out calling them like, the scourge of the world, evil and all that. She goes a little too far. And you can't say that she doesn't if you watch her show. If you've been watching her shows like y'all have me watching her shows and going back and listening to all the stuff that she said about the Frankish and all, I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. I already know, Leanne. I love you. You know what I'm saying? But I got to point this out because it needs to be pointed out. It really does. This is what she's, and even beyond that, beyond the whole Jew thing, right? What she's doing with this whole Charlie Kirk conspiracy is just beyond the Jews of blaming Israel and all this. It's not right, bro. It's not right. She's hardcore grifting off of Charlie, bro. Straight up. And real talk, she's going to end up tainting the jury pool. Think about it. Think about how many people that are going to be in Utah at that, right? Utah. Think about how many people, and the trial is going to be televised, just so everybody is aware. So everything will be full on display, just like how it was with Derek Chauvin. You're going to be able to watch it on court TV. That trial is going to be televised. You'll be able to know what's going on. So in that, why tank the jury pool with the things? Because people listen to you out in Utah. It's very, very Republican from what I understand. And they listen to a lot of conservative voices. So why tank the jury pool with the things that you're saying? You're going to get this dude off. Candace going to mess around and taint the jury pool so bad that they're going to be like, not guilty, God forbid, right? But they're going to be like, not guilty. They're going to be back there deliberating. And like, I don't know. I see the evidence, but I just love Candace Owens. And I just don't think I don't think it's him. I really think it was BB. It had to be. I mean, think about it. Look at this kid. It had to be BB. just stop, Candace. Stop. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. I mean, question everything for sure, but stop pointing the finger everywhere other than the person that got caught. Question and see if he had anybody with him. Like, that'd be more fair. But to say that this dude ain't the person, that he's a patsy and all that, come on. This is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Because there are questions, jury pool ain't coming from her listeners. That's what selection process is for. Come on, that's not her. That's not on her. You don't know that. People can lie when you go to jury selection. They can lie. Do you listen to Candace Owens? No. Me? God, no. I can't. Who's that? That's easy. That's a lie. That happens. Okay. What's up, Lawrence? How you feeling, brother? Yo, check this out though. Let me ask you a question. Because you say there are questions. What questions? I want to know right now in the chat. I'm paying attention to the chat right now. What are the questions that people have? Because I've been covering this stuff now, and we got Matt Kester. Matt Kester's been doing the little ballistic stuff and learning about if a bullet could actually, from a 30-06, could be trapped inside somebody, and it can be. Not even just that, Chat GPT will tell you the same thing. It can happen. So it's not an impossible thing. And especially, we don't even know what kind of round. I mean, we know the type of round, but we don't know if this dude did something to the round himself. We don't know if he loaded his own round up. You know what I'm saying? If he created his own little, you dig? Don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Kanye equals Maxwell Smart and Candace is Agent 99. Yo, I don't disagree. Don't disagree. Just tuned in. What's going on? Well, we started with the Portland protest, but nothing was shaking over there. So we just mutated and showed some videos and clips of Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, and then we got to talking about Candace. And now I'm asking the chat, who is Candace fans, what are the questions that you have? Specifically, Binary, because Binary says, because there are questions, right? So what are the questions? Maybe I can help, because I've been studying, I've been reading, like my eyes hurt, man. I've been in front of this computer, Chat GPT, news articles, watching YouTube videos of the actual statements that was made from the police, the Governor Cox, from Kash Patel, everybody, the news. I've been watching Fox News, and just to see what everybody's saying and just try to see if there's anything there, right? So what are the questions? And that's right there. That's it. Need to wait for the evidence to come out. Jeez, exactly. Always question the narrative of lone shooter assassins of major social movement leaders. I don't disagree. I'm not saying not to ask questions, but again, we're not talking about Candace just asking questions. We're talking about Candace making claims. That's the point that I'm talking. It's Candace is making claims. It's no longer questioning the narrative. It's not questioning the narrative. It's mixed in there, but she's making claims, saying that she has receipts, that she has proof. How are we not understanding this? What she's actually doing, dog. Come on. Come on, Binary. Come on. I'm a Candace fan after today. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. He covers me in the chat. JFK, MLK, taken out by the government, shown in court, but only decades later. Again, I hear you, right? I hear you. I disagree. They're different figures. They are different figures. JFK was a president. MLK was the leader of the civil rights movement. This man just did college debates. He did college debates. So now it's mutating again, right? Now the conspiracy is mutating again, because Charlie Kirk was influential in college, right? In college debates. We're saying that the government conspired to eliminate him. The government being the Trump administration. Come on. Come on. We got to do better than that. Yes, that's exactly it. She's making money off of Charlie's death. That's exactly it. She's not showing the proof receipts either. Exactly. That's my whole point. That's my whole point. I mean, everybody want to get mad at me for it. I understand. But you're not mad at me for the right reasons. I'm not telling anybody not to ask questions. I'm telling people that Candace Owens is making claims. I'm telling people to wait until the official report comes out from the FBI, because people are they're just making up all kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of stuff. I done heard so many things. It's ridiculous. Like, I get confused sometimes. They will cover till it's quieted down. Charlie destroyed their illusions. Colleges worked so hard to brainwash. Okay, listen though, Binary. The Trump administration is going hard on these colleges, trying to get them to not be super woke. So what sense would that make if the government conspired to eliminate someone who is literally helping them with the task? What sense would that make? Think about it. Not just college debates. He was getting the young people to religion and conservatism, another thing that our government right now, our current administration, would appreciate. That scared the progressive crazies. Now that's the truth. There it is. Now we're getting somewhere. And guess who one of the progressive crazies was, guys? Tyler Robinson, the guy arrested for the murder of Charlie Kirk. Not yet found guilty, but the evidence is supporting that he will be. Just saying. Oh my God, Trump had to bite his lip to keep from crying when Erica grabbed him. Yeah, it was a sad moment. It's a huge wave like MLK was making. No, MLK was different. And that was a different time. Now you're talking about racist versus a racist government versus a man who was trying to push equality and for blacks to, have equal rights and equal protection and all of that. It's completely different. Completely different. Government isn't all Trumpers, yo. That is very true. Very true. But the top key officials are. The people that he put in key positions are. Which would mean that everything got to go through them. They're going to know. They're not going to come for no Charlie Kirk. For this extravagant thing to play out, right? For this extravagant conspiracy to be real. The mother had to be in on it. The father had to be in on it. Governor Cox had to be in on it. Some of the police had to be in on it. Turning Point had to be in on it. And you're saying now that the government had to be in on it. It just doesn't make any sense. None. And it doesn't match up even with Candace's conspiracy. So now we're making new ones. Let's see. CIA, FBI, all three-letter agencies are Masons and Skull and Bones and other secret society clubs. Could be. I don't know. So many left behind, and it's still fighting against him like they did with Russiagate. I don't know. Come on, Cash or Comcash. It's not the Trump admin that we need to worry about. You yourself should know that who came for you. Why did they come for you? They do not want any more Republican presidents. Nobody came for me. That's my thing. Nobody came for me. If you're referring to January 6th. Now, I'm a little different when it comes to that because I take accountability for my actions. Nobody forced me to go to January 6th, number one. Nobody forced me to go inside the Capitol. I went. That was my thing. I showed up. The government didn't come for me. The government arrested me after I committed a crime. And then we can make the argument about the FBI agents and all that. True enough, FBI agents could be in the crowd. But I still made the choice to listen to directives, you know what I'm saying? Of get in there, we got to get in there. You know what I'm saying? And fall into the whole mob. So I don't blame them for that. That's just me though, but I feel you. No, Cash. His equality went beyond just blacks to all the garbage men and other workers. He was doing more and it went outside their plans. Could be. Still different than Charlie Kirk. Still very, very, very different than Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk didn't influence no policies. Charlie Kirk was talking to kids. We could create all these thoughts up, but he was talking on college campuses. It doesn't make sense that the government would conspire to take out Charlie Kirk, y'all. It just doesn't make sense. It does not add up. And I love a good conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? I do. But I can't get behind that. But they held you unfairly because of your practice of free speech and gathering. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I can't say that they did. I can't say that they did because they didn't have any control of holding me. That was the BOP. You know what I'm saying? The BOP was holding me. It wasn't them, the government. It was, a judge's ordered, or a judge did his job and sentenced me what he thought, would have been fair, which he's a piece of crap. Bollesberg, you're a trash human being for the way that you handle things. But yeah, I don't blame the government for me being incarcerated. I blame myself. I did my actions. You know what I'm saying? I did. I chose wrong, which is why I'm very skeptical today and why I tread very lightly. I won't even jaywalk. Straight up. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you actually committed a crime. Sorry, my typing is terrible. No, it's all right. It's okay. You're good, sis. You underestimate him. You don't know where he was headed and the minds he changed. No, but that's the thing. You don't know either. You're assuming. That is your opinion. You don't know. Nobody knows the future or where nobody was heading. We don't know. We can speculate, but we don't know. You know what I'm saying? None of us know. But to say that you know enough to believe that the government conspired to have him assassinated, I just can't get with that. I can't. And I don't trust the government. So that's saying a lot for me. And if I don't see it, I'm not watching. I don't know. Maybe we're watching the same thing, but seeing it differently. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe our eyes just are different. My eyes are tuned a little bit different, I guess. Peace and blessings, all. Peace and blessings to you too, Lisa D. Glad to see you in the chat. You were pardoned because it was wrong. No, that's not true. That's not true either. Because there were people that did a lot of wrong, that are trash human beings that should still be in prison. And I'm just going to say that. That's the reality. Because like I said, I seen things you didn't. And that's from me talking to you from personal experience. I seen discovery and met people along the way that you did not. And if I'm not even gonna go into it. It's all over anyway. It's done. But no, not everybody was innocent and deserved a pardon. Why fight this hard rather than opening mind and wondering why? I'm not fighting. I'm just using logic and not trying to lead people down a whole lot of I'm trying to not lead people down a wrong way of thinking, right? I'm trying to lead people to use logic. Be rational and use logic and not fall too deep into the conspiracies. They're fun. Conspiracies are fun, but they can make people crazy. We see it. We see it. Cash, I know you've watched a lot of videos, but please watch Unshakable with April. She explains Candace Owens 100%. Okay. Let me write it down. Write that down. Unshakable. With April. What's April? All right. I'm going to check that out. Just for you, Steph. I got you. All right. Where we at? I was pardoned because it was wrong. Listen, when we got to it, we have to admit, Cash kicked butt on the Amanda show. Yeah. Yo, the Amanda show was all right. It was all right. Straight up. Cash, do you think you would do another show with Ricky Manor? I did a show. Who's Ricky Manor? Do I know a Ricky Manor? He's got a nickname or something? I don't know. I don't think I know who that is. You're trying to spare people what you learn about mob mentality. It's a real thing. Yes, 100%. Let the government deal with issues like Portland. Yes. That's a great way to say it. Exactly. I'm trying to spare you guys what I had to go through, man. I'm trying to spare you. And because, you pick up some things along the way. Now, I ain't been through as much as some people, but I've been through quite a bit. And before I was the man that you see today, I was a full-blown criminal. Just call it what it is, right? Before I changed my life up until the age about 23. 23 years, I lived a life of complete degeneracy and crime. Started to get better. Still was doing crime at the age of 23 after, but not like the heinous. Like I wasn't trying to take people's lives. I wasn't trying to, I wasn't trying to sell things in the streets that would actually end people's lives, right? But I learned a lot, especially when, going to prison, and that really did it. You learn a whole lot, boy, when you're behind the walls with number time to read and study and really study yourself. And yeah, I'm a lot more slower to cast a judgment, No, but Lawrence, who is Ricky? Who's Ricky Manor? I would like to know who Ricky Manor is. See if I can look him up. See if I know him. Ricky Manor. Who's Ricky Manor? I don't know. It doesn't pop up. I would like to know who that is, though. I don't know Ricky Manor. Yep, don't know him. There's a whole bunch of Asian people popping up when I pull up Ricky Manor. And that's X. So, weird, but other than that, guys, I really don't got nothing. I was just coming on to talk. But I still didn't get a question about what it is that you're questioning. What is it? You said everything, but what does that entail? Because that just, I don't know. Maybe I just need to go to sleep. It is late. It's late. Let me go to sleep and get this stuff turned off. I love you guys. I hope y'all you've come so far. I loved you back then. I love you. I love you now. I love you too, Kim. Straight up. I really do. Ricky Manor does shows on YouTube. He is a black guy who sometimes has a Confederate flag. Oh, I don't know. I don't know him. I don't think I've ever did a show with him, did I? I know I would remember if a black guy was waving a Confederate flag. I don't think I know him. We don't need to be pulled into Antifa crap. They get attention for it. They're trying to stay relevant. You might inadvertently help them. They want you to come in. Now, I ain't going over there. I ain't messing around with no Uncle Tifa. Have a great night, y'all. Have a great night. You as well, Lisa. Love you too. Good night. I love you too, Binary. You have a good night. He covers me. Blessings. Blessings right back at you. Love. Good night. I love you guys. I will see you in the morning. It's already tomorrow, so we can't say tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the morning or sometime throughout the day. Kick it with my daughters. They're here. So unite. Don't fight. Be a street light, because only you can be the change you wish to see in the world. When you get too stressed out, got to remember to pray, America, because without God, everything falls apart. That's a fact. All right. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.